Hi guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and in this video we're going to take a look at the new RoboCop movie. This is a remake based on the old RoboCop movie from 1980s, and lately there's been some mixed reviews. Some say it's good, some say it's bad, but let's take a closer look and see which one's true. Alright, for the summary of the movie, it's more or less the same as the original, just some altered differences. But the OCP is kind of in charge of the military, and the CEO, as of right now, he's trying to repeal a act that prohibits full use of machine and for the military. You know, having it all run on technology base. I mean, as of now, it's still under the full control of humans, but he wants to have all like cyborg machines, and so he goes about creating this new program where he combines a human and machine, and he's looking for candidates about it, along with Dr. Norton, and then we kind of cut into Alex Murphy, who's I mean, kind of a rough police officer in a way. Anyway, there's a part where he gets injured in a car explosion, and OCP finds that as an opportunity to use him as a prototype for the new program. And of course, he becomes the new RoboCop, kind of serving justice. I mean, for the most part, he goes around kind of obeying the orders of OCP, and they were just trying to make it seem like he's a normal person out to the public. You know, still has this human side. Yeah, but eventually it kind of goes to more favor of OCP and trying to make him more machine than human. And then also Murphy's family is still concerned about how Alex is actually doing. And anyway, it gets to a part where uh, Murphy tries to solve his own murder. As strange as that sounds, he tries to find the people who killed him, and I mean, eventually kind of keeps going into like a whole detective kind of based thing. And it gets to a point where Raymond Sellers is kind of worried that RoboCop's going to find out the truth, so he tries to have him eliminated because he still wants to get that repeal. And at that point, they're kind of more going towards the public's kind of more going towards the repeal for that act. So he's worried that RoboCop and Murphy's family is just are gonna interfere with it. So pretty much near the end, Raymond Sellers is trying to get rid of both the family and RoboCop. And then it kind of goes in the end, this big giant shootout at the OCP building, and I mean, eventually near the end, RoboCop does kill Raymond Sellers, and well, eventually the repeal gets vetoed by the president, and of course now, I mean, it's just still kind of the way how it was in the beginning, I guess. I mean, it's like I said, it's more or less the same as what we expect from the original movie. Alright, for the pros of the movie, there are a few things that hit me. I mean, first of all, the fast-paced action. Comparing it to the original movie, it doesn't really come close to it. I mean, like, the action is just all over the place. I mean, it gets to the point where it just feels like a giant video game. I mean, the way how RoboCop like scouts areas, determines threats, switches to different views. I mean, it gets pretty, pretty interesting. And I'd say another one is going to have to be the emotional tone that this movie has. The original movie, it was more or less explanation with a little bit of emotional parts to it. Here it kind of feels straight up emotional, just completely. Uh, I guess it really also kind of made it more important in the fact that they actually kept RoboCop's family still present. I mean, as you remember in the original movie, the family just left. I mean, they all thought that Murphy was murdered and that was it. I mean, here, I mean, the family still kind of supports Murphy and tries their best to still become a family even after these circumstances. And I mean, because of that, I really do appreciate the fact that to try to make it more humane Or for the cons, I guess that cat wants to join. Anyway, for the cons, there are. It's mainly nitpicking, but I mean, for one thing, the music. I mean, besides the strange music that they put for the credits, the familiar RoboCop theme that we know and love, it's rarely ever used. And I mean, to be honest, I don't think they really. I think they only use it twice in the entire movie, in which it's kind of sad actually. Where I really like to hear more of it, or I don't know, especially at the moment where he actually becomes RoboCop. Another thing is throughout the movie there are sections where they have Pat Novak, a news broadcaster, I guess, played by Samuel L. Jackson. To be honest, I don't really care too much about those scenes because it seems more playing as a comedic value, and it kind of just takes you out of the movie a little bit when they do that, especially at the end of the movie where Pat Novak goes all out, starts cursing. I mean, as funny as it was, it just kind of felt a little weird. It just felt a little out of place. And another one's gonna have to be I mean, the whole suit, I guess, of RoboCop. I mean, if you all remember the original RoboCop, I mean, it's mainly machine based with the more, you know, with Alex Murphy kind of being restricted to the movements, acting like an actual robot. Here, I mean, it really feels more like it's a guy in a mechanical suit, which it just doesn't really feel robotic to me. But I'm probably guessing that's what they're going for since they're trying to make this more human than anything else. Uh, I mean, the way how the suit moves, it kind of more reminds me of like Raiden and Cyborg Raiden from the Metal Gear series. That's really how it more kind of reminds me than just an actual straight up robot kind of way. Or for my conclusion, I would have to say this movie is about the same. It's not better, it's not worse. It's about the same level as the original movie. I mean, it's not a cheap remake of an already existing good movie. It's trying to be its own thing. The original movie was kind of more explanation of how RoboCop came to be and how to protect the city. This is kind of more going to ethical basis on, should machines really be running our lives? Should we live in a world where machines overtake human emotion or not? Kind of with more detail like that. I mean, both movies have hits and misses. I mean, I think there's some quirky parts in this movie that I don't think they really needed, and I kind of hoping that they have more RoboCop theme, song to it. And of course, like the original movie was originally an X-rated movie because of the intense gore and violence and language. And, but really, I don't judge movies based on just ratings. Uh, I mean, for overall, I have to say this movie is like a 7.5 out of 10 for me. And it's a pretty good movie, and I've been hearing that they're gonna possibly make a sequel for this. Man, if they would, I really would like to see one. This is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.